Good afternoon, Officer Waldman.
Good afternoon.
Officer Waldman, isn't it true that you work for 3 different police departments?
That's correct.
And how long have you been a police officer?
About 30 years.
Okay, during that time, isn't it true that there have been complaints against you for excessive force?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of. Okay, I have records from your department saying that there have been use of force allegations that have been made against you. Do you recall any of those?
Use of force?
Yes. Use of excessive force complaints.
Not in the current police department.
Okay, but is it safe to say that there have been excessive force complaints in the prior police departments?
That was over 20 years ago, yes.
Okay. Isn't it true that you never identified yourself to Mr. Ramirez as a police officer?
Actually, I did when I exited the car.
Did he hear you?
I don't know. I'm not sure. They were pretty busy. They were involved intensely in the wrestling match, if you will, and Ramirez stabbing Officer Levy.
Isn't it true that you never told Ramirez to drop the knife before you shot him?
No, I didn't have time.
It's just a yes or no question. Isn't it true that you never told Mr. Ramirez to drop the knife before you shot him?
No.
Isn't it true that this knife that I'm holding does not belong to Mr. Ramirez?
That's not true. That knife was there that evening. I saw him stab Officer Levy with it.
Okay. And did you get a chance to read the police report?
Yes.
Isn't it true that the investigation of the shooting revealed that there were no fingerprints on the knife? Nor was there any blood on the knife?
That's correct.
And it's still your contention that Mr. Ramirez used this knife to stab Officer Levy?
Yes.
Isn't it true that Officer Levy's injuries were not consistent with a violent stabbing? Isn't it true that, well, we'll take one question at a time.
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Isn't it true that Officer Levy's injuries were not consistent with a forceful stabbing?
Not true. He got a stab wound on his left shoulder.
Right, but isn't it true that the only medical attention that was needed was a butterfly bandage?
It's probably because Officer Levy was...
It's a yes or no question.
What was the question again?
Isn't it true that the only medical attention that he needed was just a butterfly bandage?
I believe so, yes. It wasn't that severe.
All right, thank you. No further questions.